Welcome back to our podcast, Culture Shock Therapy, where we get into a whole lot of therapy for all of the culture shocks we experienced as third culture kids. We are your hosts. I am Shauna. This is my sister Tessa. And today we'll be getting into episode 16, the accent audit. So I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce the theme of the episode.
So today we're going to be talking about accents and languages and what that's been like over the years in the different countries, accents that we've faked or lost or blended or tried or whatever, languages that we used to speak, and what we liked about that, what we miss about it. So it's a little bit of a different, like, this one's less emotional regarding third culture kid themes that we've talked about.
But it's a part of every third culture kid's life.
Yeah, definitely.
There's like the standard thing that we all know, the TCK accent. Like, you can't really pinpoint where it's from.
Yeah, we mentioned that in episode 14, where we were waxing. We were talking about my accents. But yeah, it'll be nice to get into this, a little less feely, but still really, really in touch with third culture kids.
And we're getting back into our themes because the past few
3 episodes I think have been, or maybe 4 even, because we had a check-in, then we had Lisa, then we had the waxing, which was still kind of theme because we had questions, but then we had Charlie, and now we're finally getting back into theme, which is our goal to talk about this. We just don't always.
We kind of lost the plot for a second, but
I feel like so much happened that you just can't let it slide. So welcome back. That was a very long intro for this topic, but
check in first.
Yeah, sure. How are you doing?
I want to cheers with your invisible glass.
Wait.
You can just fist
bump me. Puddle. I can just fist bump you.
Sorry.
How are you doing?
Yes, I am back in the full swing of things. I got back to work yesterday, which was so strange because it's getting darker earlier now and light later. So my alarm went off at 6:15, and I was so like in this state of confusion because I'm like looking, I'm like, why is it so dark? Like, I hear a noise. Is it the middle of the night? And then I check my phone. I'm like, oh, it's my alarm clock at 6:15. But before vacation at 6:15, it was like bright outside.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is going on? Oh, I have to get back into work. Like, it's all starting. So just trying to get back into the swing of things. Usually after vacation, it takes me like a week to like not be extremely tired anymore after work, because then like you're back in that routine.
Yeah.
And your brain is adjusted to thinking again. With it
to having to use it.
Yeah, exactly, which now is it's still just in that little adjusting period, but overall like pretty just like fine, good.
Yeah.
We're going to a theme park on Friday, so I'm really excited. It's been very long since we went. We've had this on the schedule for like 4 months, and it's the only day this week that the weather is going to be really nice.
27 degrees.
Yeah,
that's
and this whole week until now it's been extremely rainy. The wind has been insane. Our whole garden set got shoved over on the balcony because of the wind.
Dude, I nearly got knocked off my bike 3 times yesterday going to the GP. I mean, I did think that if something happens, I'm going to the right place. But by the time I asked her a second question, she's like, but I only have a few minutes for you. I'm like, well, okay, I'll just, make another appointment for this really quick question I have.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
So how are you?
I'm good. I had my last holiday day today. Wednesdays. Like, tomorrow I still have off, but that's a normal off day for me. But Bo went to the daycare today. Kun was working all day. I got a massage.
Oh, lovely.
I very, what do you call it? I took my time showering, washing my hair, epilated my legs, which I can do now. Thanks.
You plated your legs?
Epilated.
Oh, epilated.
Which I could do because we waxed them so many weeks ago. I mean, the places we didn't wax, I still can't touch with an epilator. But the
did that make a difference?
Yeah, the front of my shins is very. Wait, I'll show you. See,
but like for how it like feels, because
look
like,
at this. Like, even here, this is where we waxed, and the hair is so thin. But like here, we didn't wax, and the hair is much thicker. But I've also been swallowing, like taking these supplements. that have been helping to restore like hormone balance,
Yeah.
and I have less hair growth.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm really like, for a moment I thought like, oh, I'll just try one bottle, see how it goes. But now that I've seen just this little bit of change, okay, I'm ordering more, because if this is gonna like get my body to act normally, let's go. Um, so that's exciting. But I just, oh, today was amazing.
You had a self-care day.
I did, and I ate a lot of butter chicken
Ooh,
because I made
yummy.
a really big pan this weekend,
Yum.
and it was supposed to be for like the coming week to have dinner, but
Whatever. You
I ate
enjoyed
like
today.
I ate 2 full bowls
Good for
because
you.
it's so good. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I grow cheese again because
You grew
no,
cheese?
I had. You're deaf today. I have a hearing aid for you if you want. No, I had grilled cheese again
Oh,
today,
you
which
had
made me really
grilled
happy
cheese.
because on vacation we didn't have grilled cheese. They didn't even have really good cheese. And then when we got home, our cheese had like gone bad. Um, and then it just took a really long time to like actually go to the store and get cheese.
Hmm.
So I didn't have a grilled cheese for 3 weeks, and today I had so many because I just like missed it.
Nice. Very good. You had a very relaxing day.
I did, I
Yeah.
did.
Very well rested.
And
Good.
like you said, Friday we're going to the theme park. Thursday I'm starting work again, but just like catch up on some emails.
Yeah, just easing into it. And it's
Yeah,
right before the weekend anyway, so
exactly. So it's a nice one day, like get into it, and then Monday full blow
yeah.
starts up. But you don't want to start Monday at my work, because then you have to start right away with seeing clients.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
you can read into their
exactly.
cases.
You want to
Yeah.
like have a day to get into it. Um, and Saturday I'm gonna go to a pumpkin patch with Bo
Fun.
and Mom, like my mom, his grandma. Yeah, okay. So
Also my mother.
I forget that. So, like, no, I don't forget it, but the whole thing of like, I'm so used to saying my mom to other people that I say it to you too, even though I know that it's our mom. But yeah, okay. That
Well,
was so
mom
fun.
also told me that she had friends that watched just the first few episodes that were absolutely flabbergasted that we were sisters. They thought we were just friends of each other. They're like, how did they find each other? And it's so fun that they can interact with each other like this.
Being born.
It's like, well, yeah, they're both my children.
That's so weird. We know each other. No. The funny thing is that some people say that we look nothing alike and like, oh, I'm so surprised we're sisters, and other people are like, oh my gosh, are you twins?
I genuinely think we do not look alike, but sometimes in pictures,
Well, yeah, there's
like
always
rarely,
aspects.
that I'm like, we
There's
look
one picture of us sitting in the garden in mom and dad, but
we look
the,
extremely similar. But
yeah, but
then
that's one picture in so
yeah,
many that we have.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We look I feel we actually look very different from
I
each
do
other.
too. But also just like our entire vibe. There's like nothing similar about us. Except
Describe, explain.
well, I
I better
mean
got explain.
more passion.
Arkansas. Sorry for the old time viners. They would, yeah. Never
More
mind.
passion. Okay. Explain. I mean, just look at the way we're sitting here. Like you have like this little toe sock. You have one toe sock, Sean. Come on. Hold your feet up for the camera to see.
I don't have an OnlyFans page. Okay, we don't do.
You're
No,
wearing
but
like this like nice pants and a cute little sweater. You've got all these earrings in your makeup and your rings or whatever. And I'm just hearing like, I got out of the shower and I couldn't put on my pajamas because we were filming. I had to put on clothes because I had to pick a bow. So I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
I'm literally wearing these jeans. I think for the third time they're going in the laundry, but I have like accumulated stains.
You mean for the third time on the podcast, or just the third
No,
time?
the third time
You
since
don't
taking
wear
them out of my closet.
you don't wear clothes multiple times.
I actually do these days.
That's good though. That's like good for.
I rewear outfits.
Why
Yeah.
not?
I've
I mean, unless
I've
they're like
learned
sweaty or
that you
dirty.
don't need to have like different clothes for every single day, that nobody can ever see you in the same clothes.
But also just like, it saves you so much work if you don't need to wash every outfit after. Like if it's
Well,
dirty, it's different. But
yeah, that. And I mean, jeans, I feel like it's okay, but like tops and stuff I won't rewear for the second day.
like sweaters, I will. But shirts and tank tops or undershirts, I'll wash.
Mm.
But sweaters, I'll wear multiple days, especially if they're not dirty and I didn't really sweat or anything.
Mm.
That's why I never wear a sweater without a tank top or a shirt under it. Also, because it's just cold. I don't understand people who do,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
That
Okay.
we're getting really sidetracked. The whole point was to talk about accents and languages. So we're gonna dive in, and I'm gonna ask you about your accents because you've always been like fluid in this. Um, I'm just thinking about
Yeah.
flubber, like kind of
Well,
like
yeah, looking back for sure.
just talk, just explain.
Explain. Um apparently apparently I like relearned English, but I thought it was learning for the first time when we lived in Penang when I was like 5.
Penang.
And then I went to ESL class. I think twice. After that I was like, this is bullshit. I went and lived my life and just spoke English. But our school and our neighbors at the apartment were either from Australia or New Zealand. And according to mom, I was an absolute fluent Aussie in how I spoke. I do not recall this. I feel like I've always just had a American accent from some degree to another. Um,
Like we said, fluidly, but
yeah,
it's always
um,
been there.
yeah, it's always been there. But I really didn't know that I spoke that way. But mom was like, "Yeah, you were an absolute Aussie when we lived in Penang." So that I thought that was pretty funny. And then after that, we moved to Florida, and I don't remember there
I mean,
being.
just the way you say it, Florida. Like it's Florda, Florida, instead of Florida. Yeah, we moved to Florida. So okay,
Um,
sorry, continue.
and I don't remember anything happening with like an accent or something. But if we look back on like home videos, I'm like there was nothing weird going on there.
You were normal?
Just like a, I guess, normal American accent. And Florida is like in the South, but you don't have like the standard Southern accent there. Um,
East Coast, so different.
yeah. Then, well, we went to Holland for a year, and had to relearn Dutch. Like I've never spoken that before. And then we moved to Dubai. I don't know what accent we had there because we went to an international school for the first time that was actually genuinely international.
Yeah, but I still feel like the first school you went to was quite Arabic still.
Yeah, but my teacher was Afrikaans,
Oh,
and we
throw
had
Afrikaans in the
a
mix.
lot of those influences around us in those years.
I'm sorry.
So I don't know if like mom would remember, but I feel like I would have had this mixture of American and Afrikaans accents. Um, uh, because those were the two like main influences, and I was like 9, and then you'd like soak it up like a sponge.
And I mean, you just always soaked it up like sponge.
Yeah, in
Like,
that time, I also learned fluent Arabic. Um, uh, in our first year because then I had classes in Arabic an hour a day because that was mandatory. And I remember on the first day of school, they said, okay, if you're Arabic A, you go sit here, and if you're Arabic B, you go sit there. And I thought A is the first level, so then that's for the amateurs, and B is for the professionals. So I said I was an Arabic A, but apparently it stood for advanced and beginner. So I ended up in the advanced Arabic class, and I was just like, what am I doing here?
I don't speak a word of this.
I was like, oh, okay, so fake it till you make it, I guess. And then like I think like a week later I was placed in the Arabic B class. And there we learned to not only speak but to also write and read in Arabic.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed writing in Arabic because I'm left-handed and you write from right to left. So my for like once in my life my whole hand wasn't smudged in ink. Yeah, I liked that, and I loved surprising the locals there that I would speak to them in Arabic because I
Yeah.
was like this extremely tanned blonde child.
You were
um
the epitome of expat.
yeah, yeah, so they would just be like, oh, what's happening? And I like that. So that was then there, and then we moved to Singapore. And when
Did
when
you ever take Mandarin?
I did, but I got put out of the classroom because I'm left-handed again, and apparently that was a struggle for them with me with the writing. I couldn't write the Chinese characters properly, so they're like, you're better off in study hall than in Mandarin.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
I joined
interesting.
for I think like 6 months in fifth grade. I remember. Then we learned about the lunar calendar, and
Yeah.
it was the year of the rat. I remember.
Yes.
Anyway, so we moved to Singapore, and then at that time, the whole community was like from like small town Tennessee.
And Texas.
and Texas. Yeah. So like the accent was like hardcore, like y'all were like from the down south, you know, everybody talked to each other like this, and it was a lot of y'alls and yeah.
And then
Um
you became a lot of
a lot of
y'alls.
all y'alls, those. Um very, very passionate as well.
I saw a really cool like combination of what do you say when you want to say y'all ain't, and you say
Yaints.
yain't.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
But so apparently I just like soaked up that accent, and then mom thought it was so funny she had me record the what do you call the answering machine for,
Yeah,
in that time we still had like landlines and home phones.
I miss that.
Yeah, so she had me record it, and then grandma called and thought that she had called the wrong number because she couldn't understand
Understand?
what I
Didn't
was
reckon.
saying. And to this day I can still do it. I remember it word
But you
for
want to
word.
know the dumb thing? I mean, I've mentioned this before, but every single time you do the intro to this podcast, your thing to the landline is going through my head because it just, I feel like it starts the same way and you just kind of go back into the hey y'all.
Yeah, but I don't say hey y'all here on the podcast.
What do you say?
Welcome or welcome back is what I say.
True.
Literally every time in that tone.
You just like turn a little knob
Yeah, it's
and
my
then
stage voice. No, the
someone who's like been on stage 3 times has a stage voice. Do you have a stage name?
I don't know. No. The answering machine was, "Hey y'all, this is the Nangleson family. We're not home right now, so please leave your name and number. We'll call you back as soon as we can. See ya."
Sorry, we're not home right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was that. And then I feel like that settled a little bit along the years, and then I went to like a local homeschool that was based around of like yeah, mostly other Singaporeans and locals went there. And oh, I went there for 4 years, I think. And over those years I just mixed my like heavily American accent with quite a bit of Singlish.
Mm.
um Again, not on purpose, but it just happens eventually. um
To you.
yeah, and I regrettably can't really do that anymore. Like I feel like now if I try it, it sounds really forced or kind of like like mockery almost. But yeah, I would just sound like a Chinese auntie.
But I mean, it's also been 8 years since you've had to speak like that.
Yeah, at least because we came here 8 years ago. We went back to our other school. Yeah, it
You-
just went back. I feel like then it just went to normal American.
Yeah, but I do feel if you were to look at like a recording from when we moved here to now, you sound a lot less American now. Like
You
still,
think?
I think so. You still sound American now, but it's a bit more Dutch.
No.
And it's just less international, I think. Like you still sound way more international than, you know, a normal Dutch person trying to speak English. Because
I've always hated the Dutch accent in English.
Yeah, and you don't have the Dutch accent. It's just mellowed out or something now.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, I sometimes feel like I talk like a valley girl.
I mean, if you go really, then yeah.
No, but like, I get what you're saying, but I feel like before we did the podcast, it was much more prominent. I wasn't as American as I was because now we speak English for like prolonged periods of time very regularly.
Yeah.
And before that, we would only speak English every now and then, like when we would see like a different friend, and then it was like, oh, what was that word again? Oh, I can't think of it. Can't think of it.
Yeah, or we would just throw in English words if we couldn't think of the Dutch ones, but
Yeah.
most of our conversations were actually based in Dutch.
Yeah.
Which became strange.
Yeah. So I feel like my American accent has been returning since doing this.
Yeah.
More
I think
fluent.
the more that we like speak to other third culture kids as well, it'll become a little bit more again like it was.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, I found another person, but that's I'll tell you about it later.
Why don't you get into your little story?
My accent story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you have a weird accent.
Thanks. But I also think that's because I have quite a low voice for a woman. So then it's just and this weird accent and a voice you don't maybe necessarily expect to hear. Hello.
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. No, that's like, did you see that video? It's really
I
weird.
did.
Okay. Okay, my accent story. I learned to speak English in Penang.
speak.
So I've always told people that my first language is English, which technically isn't entirely true. It's just the first language I remember speaking. Because I think up until Penang, I spoke Dutch or I didn't speak. I don't know. I was
You
like,
didn't speak very much. You just bit.
exactly. That's like the start of the story where we had friends and I didn't know English or I was too shy. I do remember being very shy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible I knew I just didn't communicate and I just wouldn't talk. I would bite them. Um, and I just have this image in my head of Ariel going like, "Yeah, you'd always go."
You did, but I also it just made a flashback memory, which has nothing to do with you speaking, but more like the fact that you were like shy or just didn't talk like a lot is when you went to school in Wellington. You're like, yeah, there's this boy called Tarzan.
Why are you thinking of this?
I don't know.
Okay,
And after a year, we discovered his name was not, in fact, not Tarzan. His name was Dawson.
okay, but in all fairness, um, that was a year after Penang. So let's just say I didn't speak English. Like, give me some credit here. And in Penang, I went to local school shortly,
Yeah, like this Montessori thing, right?
but I didn't go to school.
That was like nursery.
Yeah. So you're not really learning English then.
Yeah, you were 3.
Um and in America, I was deaf, mind you, so let's just take that into consideration. A deaf child that nobody knew about. No. And he said his name probably like, when you're sitting in a circle with each other, and I understood Tarzan. And he responded when I called him Tarzan.
He was probably like, oh, she thinks I'm Tarzan.
I remember mom and dad being like, no way, that's not true. Yeah, I promise it is. Okay. But then we went to the US and I think I spoke fine English there eventually. I wasn't as shy anymore. Then the Netherlands, I spoke Dutch fine there. I mean, I got around, but I mean, it was groep 2 and you just mainly play when you're in groep 2, so, it's pretty chill. Dubai, okay, look, the thing is, I never really switched accents.
No, you just built it up. It's just like this accumulation of different parts of the world.
Things that I do remember that in my One Direction phase, I was completely, utterly in love with Niall.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved that he was Irish. I thought that was so cool. So then sometimes I would just glitch words, like they would not sound like Irish, but sort of.
Like you were trying to speak in an Irish accent.
No,
I always kind of thought that was the case when I was younger, when you did that.
I wasn't necessarily trying to. I just listened to them so much that my brain would sometimes just blurt out a word like in a weird way, and then that just kind of stuck. But I don't recall, I feel like I've forgotten so many things. Because I'm not good at accents. I can't fake accents or whatever. I mean, we do sometimes act like, or
society.
I do remember that when we would hang out when we were teenagers, we'd go to the water park and we would make these whole fake personas.
Oh yeah, we did.
And we would change our accents, and I would do my I can do it a little bit, but I can't you can't say do this, do that, and I can do it. I can just talk a bit weirder than I normally do. That's what it boils down to. And I don't know why, but like I said in the previous episode, every time we go to England, something in my accent changes, maybe because I hear the English accent there.
Yeah, but you also did spend quite a substantial amount of time with actual Brits. The ones that we also go visit.
Oh, I thought you meant just British people in general. So what are you talking about? I know I forgot stuff, but no, I spent a lot of time with them. I don't know. I always feel like my accent changes weirdly when I'm with them. Yeah. And then what about languages? In Dubai, I had to learn Arabic as well. I remember being able to for a part. I don't remember if I was fluent or not. And then when we got to the second international school in Dubai, we switched because the other school was going to start doing Dutch lessons, and mom and dad valued that more than Arabic at the time. So we had to switch schools, and then we had one day you had Dutch for an hour, and the other day you had Arabic for an hour. And I remember I had a really mean Dutch teacher. She was so rude, and nobody liked her. But that's really off topic. Um,
Just need to throw it out there.
I just feel like I wasn't really excelling at any of the languages that were expected of me.
Yeah, but you were
Um,
like always like in like science class and technical class and building stuff and um yeah, I remember what would they call ECAs, like
yeah,
the after school activities. Um you would do like you would join like the science club and things like that. So you could like yeah, well at that age you were learning to put Legos together, but like
don't remember
for your
this.
birthdays, we would get you like the most complex Lego sets we could find, and we're like, "Oh, that'll keep her busy for a month." And 2 hours later, you're like, "Ta-da!
I actually have an R2D2 Lego set life size here.
I have a bonsai that I can give you that
Because
you need to put together because I can't do it. I am not a put things together person. I don't see it. I get upset, and then I'm like,
I like it. It's so peaceful. I just haven't had the chance to actually like. I could have done it today, but today was also the only day I could relax. So I like putting stuff together. I like detangling things, mindless work. Um, but Arabic, I don't remember like how good I was at it. I do remember like a few words, which is funny because recently at work I had an Arabic couple, and they barely spoke any Dutch or English,
mm,
but they were speaking Arabic with each other, and every now and then you hear a word like, "Ha, I remember that." Um, yeah. Then we went to Singapore, and I had to try Chinese. They weren't as kind and lenient with me as they were with you, and I tried it for 6 or 7 years until the teacher was like, "Hey, you're a really cool kid, but this is really not for you, so please quit."
yeah,
Um,
that was a
and I was
very
okay with
kind
that. Yeah.
teacher. Yeah.
I liked him a lot. So, I gotta get all that hair out of the way. So I remember like some basics in Chinese. I think I remember how to write like two characters. That's it. But how to count, how to say "I love you" or "My name is" or "How are you" or stuff like that. And then I tried Spanish, and Spanish went really good. But we had a really good teacher, and she liked our class because your ex boyfriend was in it with me, and he was such a charmer that he always just managed to make the classes really chill and funny. And afterwards, we were in the advanced class, and only the advanced class was allowed to sit on the sofas in the
Mm-hmm.
back. So all the 4 years that I did Spanish, we sat on the sofas, and every other class besides the advanced class had to sit on the desks, at the desks, not on the desks. Um, but I like Spanish because she would let us read Shakespeare and other books in Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
and you would read it and translate it. So it's really easy because, like, you hear it, you have to say it, you have to write it. Very good way
Very
to,
multifaceted.
yeah.
Yeah.
So eventually, like, we got really good at it, but then, you move here, you stop speaking Spanish. But I do notice whenever I go to like Duolingo and I start practicing again, it's really easy to pick up. Um, But then when I went to Spain 2 years ago, I thought like, oh, let's try again. But then people start speaking and I get intimidated and I freak out because they speak so fast and I need time to,
Yeah. Mi no habla español.
to...
Habla inglés. Please.
Explain. So yeah, that is my accent and language thing. I just, yeah, I can't do accents. I have a strange combination,
But you were really good in Spanish.
but I was good at
You did your
Spanish.
graduation speech partially in Spanish,
I
like
did.
flawlessly.
I forgot about that. I did
Yeah.
it in English, Dutch, and Spanish. I mean, I also kind of did that to be cool, because like three languages, suckers. Oh, good memories. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to add about accents or?
Not particularly, because we've also been chatting for about half an hour, so that we can go ahead and wrap up. But one thing did dawn on me is I had these phases where I tried to speak in a British accent.
Yes. Oh my lord. I forgot about that. That was terrible. It was so annoying. You were such a pumped up asshole.
Pompous.
Yeah. Excuse my language, but it is very appropriate in this moment. You were so annoying.
I didn't know it was that deep, to be honest. Yeah.
It just had to come out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things we're talking about in this podcast that we've never spoken about before. I was watching. It was the video that came out today. that,
The waxing
yeah,
one. Yeah.
where we mentioned the whole situation of that winter with that friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that you said we've never actually talked about this, and then it dawned on me like there's so many things that we talked about what we didn't talk about,
Yeah. It was just like, okay, let's bury the hatchet,
Yeah, and
just
now
move on.
it's really funny to like really get into it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
we can
this is one of those
re-traumatize
things.
each
Your
other.
your your British accent was so annoying, but also because like you thought you were really good at it, which just made it more annoying because we would tell you to stop or whatever, and you would just. Mm.
Well, teenage me was not very
You're
self-aware.
angsty. The mirror selfies.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, but that was only short-lived.
There were
Like,
enough other things.
okay, all right. I think it's time that we wrap it
The
up.
duck face.
I need to eat. Nah, no, no, no. I did not do
Nah.
that. I was not part of the duck face crew.
You have a few photos.
But that's also because like I would try to smile with my mouth closed.
Oh, that sounds really sad.
And before I had braces, it was really hard to do that. So
I used
I
to
would
make
try
fun
to
of
just
you
be
for
like,
that.
because now I can, albeit derpy, I can be like, but before I had braces, I couldn't do that. So it was just like,
But why do you want to like smile with your mouth
because
closed?
I didn't like my teeth.
I mean, now you're
Oh,
like,
now
okay,
because I don't know. Sometimes smiling with your teeth is too much effort. It's just like enough said.
I can't. Too much effort to go from to.
Yeah, yeah. It would
I
exhibit just too much emotion for what I was feeling.
okay.
Because some people they're always like, "Oh, let's take a picture. Let's take a picture. Let's take a picture." And I've never really enjoyed that much. That we always have to take pictures of everything everywhere. So then eventually I'm just like,
And then you have to take another 5 pictures because it's not good enough when you're looking like that.
yeah.
Oh, okay, but
So
yes.
what was the thing that you said we can bring back at the end? Oh, the guest that you wanted to.
No, I mean we'll talk about that later after the
Oh,
episode.
okay. All right. You must wait. So do you want to go ahead and outro?
Yes, that was a quick take on our accents and languages. I think we can get into like more another time, more the funny like parts of that. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too.
Because we're gonna cook and eat now. So I hope you enjoyed. Share your favorite accents with us, or what you used to do, or fake, or
If you were apparently traumatized by my British accent.
I think there's enough people. So please, I would appreciate it. If you reached out and yeah, okay.
Make a support group.
I hope you guys have a good day. And thanks for watching and listening again. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, everything, the whole Ram Bam fam. We appreciate it. We enjoy listening. We enjoy reading your responses and seeing the interaction. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you for watching. Bye.